Tonight was fucking wonderful. Joined off some friends and it was a neat world. But then but then they all went somewhere else and I couldn't follow because, oh well. But then a friend of mine joined and it kind of just sparked its own little adventure. It was nice. Being able to just spend time and hang out. As you can tell, I'm in a good mood this recording. I have no clue how long it'll last, but hey, I'll try to enjoy it for as long as I can. What's going on? Oh, you don't know. Today is my Sky Dailies, as per usual. If you didn't know that already, then by damn, I guess you somehow found autoplay. Ah. Well, here's hoping I'm entertaining enough to serve as background noise. We're gonna be doing the usual candle collection and everything. If I stick to my route, I stick to my route. If I don't, I don't. I'm just looking to have some fun. That's honestly one of the most interesting but annoying things. Sometimes my brain actively... Oh, fuck you. Not VR chat. Bleh. Autopilot, you failed me. Just because it wasn't in the top slot or the second slot. You didn't train me to look in the third slot. You know what? Fair, but at the same time... Ew. Who says you can't train an AI in your own brain? Mm. But yeah, there was a nice little adventure recording. Some other friends hopped online. And then there was a bit of boredom. But then we hopped to one of Lillian's favorite worlds, and it was just fucking awesome. I am gonna have to edit out what someone said, though, because they... should I? Or should I not? Because if I edit it out, then that just makes it more obvious for those who are going to actually be looking for it. There's too much context to erase the information there. Not gonna waste my time. Ah. Hide. Yes. Is there any way to hide it permanently, please? That would be much appreciated. The bird's doing its usual thing again. It's already free by the time I commented on it. Another bird doing the thing. Had Pyra hop on and hang with us for a bit. Lillian took us to a sleep token world, which was similar to the world I joined. Actually, no, I do think the world I tried to join some friends on was also a sleep token world, but it was dedicated to like a single song. Meanwhile, the world Lillian took us to had multiple songs from the album on, if not multiple albums. Am I losing my voice or something? Or are these headphones just too good at blocking out noise? Da, 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 da. But yeah, after Pyra hopped off and Lillian ran out of battery power, I hopped over to Meme Lord. It was fucking nice to just chill and hang out. If I were any faster and more or efficient a worker, I would probably have the recording of that little adventure with my friends done by now and exported and uploaded to YouTube. As it stands, no, I do not have it done by now. Wait. Do I have... Alright, hold up. Okay, good. I haven't uploaded that yet. For a moment there, I was like, did I remember to upload the thing? Oh no, I didn't. No, no, no. Oh, sorry for the delayed reaction. I only have enough processing power for pre-assigned tasks. Sup, motherfucker? Gonna give me any wax for these Gonna give me any extra wax for these tickets? Or would that go against the money model of your creators? Probably go against the money model of your creators. Oh my fucking yeesh, talk about timing. ADHD and otherwise can lead to an effect known as time blindness. Oh, nice. Alright, I'm gonna have to put some tape over this S key. Because otherwise I'm going to fucking lose the pieces that make up the key. But really, it would probably be better for me to put tape over my keys to begin with, so that way they would be for my next laptop or computer. So that way they last a bit longer. Because my WASD keys have been worn down and worn out by my fingernails. Turtle still hasn't been... Ah. Oh, nice. I managed to put it back while also pressing down on the button. That's good. Okay, turtle is down here. Can't free it of its burden until it goes to surface. So we've got time. Oh. Oh. I swear, having to go without social energy to run off of for days and months and years is fucking fucking frustrating, annoying. I hate it. I'd rather good company than bad company. Ugh. Yep. Until the love dies out, you either choose to convert it to hate or just let it stay as love. Fucking hate that I can't get rid of it. I don't like the fact that I can't get rid of it. Teamwork makes the dream work, and by damn, the dream is worth working for. Especially when I don't have to feel the effects of actually spending my own effort and energy, because this is a video game. That's the one thing that's the major difference that video games cannot replicate for the most part unless they get full dive technology. And even then, that's dangerous stuff. Is the sense of expending effort and energy in order to do something. Hmm. Now, if I wanted to pursue that idea that I haven't spoken aloud, then I would need to have the resources to build it off off land. Sure, that would make it vulnerable to stalling cargo issues and otherwise, but it would also mean I'd be able to not have to worry about government fucking control over my own bullshit without decent, fucking regulations and reasons. Yeah, I should have done that while I was by the turtle. Might as well. It's gonna be a long trip anyways. Yeah, from turtle to that to then to jellyfish would have been the more efficient route. And it would have saved time. Technically, it would have done good on both, but Why am I going for the giant fucking death thingy? 'Cause that. Also, if someone hadn't gotten close to it before. Bye, fucker. Hope you don't grow any larger. You're a pain in the ass. If it grew any larger, it would be able to catch people from off the back of the turtle. Yikes. Hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. I'm glad I choose to be boring on purpose. Holy fuck. Means I meet actual, real, interesting people. And get to choose how I spend my time instead of having a whole bunch of people begging for it. Why isn't the icon showing up? Strange. Alright. I'll probably look to do a ReFantazio stream at least once a week along with the Minecraft stream. But I'm gonna focus on ReFantazio more than Minecraft because A, it's an active interest. Hmm. Interesting. So I can have active interests, passive interests, inactive interest, and a lack of interest. Alright. Hmm? What are you doing? You have a fun time going up. I'm going this way. Too easy, too easy. Too much. That would have to be frame perfect. Or at least within a few frames. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Cha-cha real smooth. Oh, come on. You don't let the camera clip out of bounds. Let me out. Please. Pretty please. Damn. I didn't actually expect it to let me out. I just wanted to, give it an honest try for absurdity to step in and do some bullshit. But no, that's not going to happen unless it... even if I'm known for being absurd and having weird things happen to me, that doesn't mean absurdity is any more likely to help me out. Let alone reasonable absurdity. Because the limit of absurdity within this universe is reasonable. Oh, okay. Noted. Mm. Eh. Why are you even focusing on that, brain? That's kind of just sad. We're having a good time here. Ooh, nice. We go forth and multiply. There's no shaking if they take us alive. Pendulum. Immunize. There's no shaking when they take us alive. They're still shaking when we take them alive. Hmm. Faster recharge. Hmm. Neat. Have no idea what I did differently, but neat. Alright, already got those. Right, rainbow. High up enough? Good. Hmm. Hmm. I swear, if I ever make a game, I'm gonna have toggleable boundaries. If I ever make a VR chat world, I'm gonna have toggleable invisible walls. Hidden behind a password for those who want to explore and discover the secret. Huh? Neat. Thank you! Hmm. Ah, between playing ReFantasio, hanging out with my friends, and then hanging out with another group of my friends, it was just fucking awesome today. I should say another friends group. Whose meme lord is a friend. Hmm. Vanish. Yeeted from existence. Yeah, new level challenge. Collect only yellow from this area. No red, no white, just yellow. Unless, of course, I've got someone with me, in which case, I don't care. I'd rather enjoy hanging out with my friends than worrying about which color of butterflies I collect in a video game. Yep, not there, so then... Hmm... Yeah, brain works a lot better when happy. That's for certain. Hmm... Yellow is probably going to be one of those colors that takes the longest to get to 99. Because it has to compete with the darkness over red. And now I'm adding bright white to the mix? Oh joy. You know what? Fair enough. Uh... Aw, momentum killer. I didn't think I would get up here. The game didn't think I would get up here. One of the few times where we both agree on something. Fucking thanks. Find that beautiful and funny in its own way. Hmm. Stop that. I just wanted to do that. Jeez. Thank you. Grrr. Now that I'm taking notice of how smoothly things are going, my ego's gonna start getting in the way. Fucking lovely. It's already trying to. Fucking pride. I don't know how to do any of this on purpose. I'm just practicing my route well enough to where I have new opportunities pop up. This is not something to be worth priding myself over. This is something to study. So that way we have a new goal to aim towards. So please. Oh, damn. Thank you! Oh. Of course, that's only if we have the time and energy to pursue that goal to such a degree. I'm pretty sure other people will probably pursue it to a greater degree than me. Going through this game quickly, getting stuff done quickly. If anything, most I'm going to be used for is reference material for like fragments of a path. Everyone else still has to travel their own. Yeah, I'll go to the bathroom. I've gotta go close the door. Be right back. Da, 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 da. I'm glad I only need one hand to go to the bathroom. For most of it, anyways. There are still a few tasks where I had to put down the mouse, so that happened. Though it probably showed over my recording. I wonder if anyone's gonna mistake it for something in the far distant future. Ah. The intent of the action was not to communicate communication, but rather in order to be considerate to others who want the elevator to work while I was away from the computer. Hence why I continued it over the duration of the whole thing, rather than stopping it after a certain point just because statistically the elevator would have gone up already by then. Honestly, this looks kind of like a forbidden doorway. Forbidden doorway, forbidden corridor. A cloud maze would be more interesting than a wind wall maze. Because with the wind wall, you can't see it. That's basically an invisible maze. And unless you've got reference points from above, or a static screen, ultimately, it's going to be hard for any player to navigate through that. Meanwhile, it works better as a thing in RPG Maker games, or RPGs, exactly because it's got a static camera above it. You would not want to try and navigate through an invisible maze on your own from a first-person perspective. I have tried that in VR chat. It was nauseous. Frustrating. And I can't believe I wasted so much time on that fucking puzzle! Three or more layers to an entire fucking invisible maze? Are you insane? Oh, let alone when the walls appeared and disappeared consistently instead of just appearing as soon as you walk into them. Like, aye, it's better than a purely invisible maze, but holy fuck. It was not an experience after a while. Even for someone who's patient and tolerant in what ways I have available to me. If someone had absolute patience and tolerance, they could do it, but I would think it would be a fucking waste of their time. Unless there was a meaningful reward at the end of that. That was not just limited to in-game. Oh wait, that's 2 purples. Neat. Yoink. Actually, wait, no, I can just go this way. Easy fucking candles. Why wouldn't I go this way? Habit, familiarity, maybe, but at this point, this is also semi-familiar, so it would be mainly habit that would be the difference. Fair counterpoint. No, I'm not running an AI consciously on my brain. If that was possible, fucking joy. I'm pretty sure we'd have multicellular cyborgs by now that can be controlled by nanomachines that rebuild themselves. But no, that's not the reality, so that's not where we're at. But I do believe you can pass it off to the unconscious, who can then make at least a functional enough facility. Facsimile. 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 Whatever. To at least be possibly functional and helpful. However, I wouldn't trust that at all with math. Not unless you've actually got math that hardwired into your brain through thousands and thousands of hours doing math problems. Did you know calculators didn't exist at some point in human history? And they had to create hand calculators and do the multiplication in their head manually? Yeah, it's crazy. Back when I was going to school, we had to memorize multiplication tables. I didn't succeed in memorizing them, but I remember being taught about them. They didn't carry over into later areas of math, though. They didn't carry that practice and study over into later areas of math, so in that regard, oops. I mean, you could use multiplication tables as a way to then look for irrational numbers efficiently. Because if you can multiply uneven numbers, not irrational, uneven numbers efficiently. I wonder what reality's like in a world where math operates differently. Like 1 plus 1 equals 3, or 1 plus 1 equals apple. That would be good for transferring it and transmuting things, but it would not be good for creating a functioning world that allows for dynamic but semi-realistic experiences while acknowledging multiple different territories and concepts at once. So ultimately, if there is anything like that, it's restricted to the scale of science. Even then, it does, from what I've heard, you can transmute gold into lead if you have a particle accelerator, but the gold doesn't last for very long before it just fucking breaks. And it wouldn't even be enough gold to be usable as material anyways. It would be highly inefficient. Powering it with a... and you don't even strike the particles head on. You have to have a near-miss collision for it to happen. So that way the electromagnetic fields get entangled enough to rip one of the some of the electrons off. Or no, some of the protons and I think a single neutron. Yeah, I could be misremembering that though, so go search it up for yourself. Oh, I remember interesting information. Why do you think I forget people's names more often than not? Most of the time it's not interesting. Unless I actually know them and have seen them for a while. And by that point, well, damn, I consider you a friend. If I consider you an acquaintance, you're not getting your name remembered easily. Fuck off. I'm functionally polite. I'm practically. I am polite in the priority of practical, not polite in the priority of acceptable. Get it right. Yeah, there's a part of me that has a massive fucking ego and thinking there's a chance I could be used as a reference point for study in the future. As it stands, I don't have any bets on it because I'm still doing all the work to make that for even a fraction of a chance at that. It has no guarantee, and it's not going to be a consistent enough input to recreate me fully from scratch. That'll be a different person. It may be similar to me, but it will be a different person. And if they choose their own name instead of carrying mine onwards, I'm fine with that. I just want to make sure that I provide enough material and reference points so that way they can navigate life for themselves instead of fucking being used as a tool by someone who's just wanting the skill sets that I have. Fuck off with that shit. If you're not about to respect people, I'm not going to fucking help you. And I'm talking in basic decency kind of respect, not the, oh, you are so morally virtuous kind of respect. Didn't expect to go down that tangent, but hey. It popped up. Pride does you no good if it only pushes your existing skills off to the other side of apathy, where it wastes away in the bile of your own mind. Shit, I haven't done that. Is anyone even still online? Someone is. Thank you. Join. Nice headband. Aww. Probably talking with someone. You know what? No, I'm going to make it so that way I try to avoid collecting white light or white butterflies from every area. Because black is less common than white. And I want to get it up to 99 before I get it white up to 99. Everything black. In a nocturnal state of mind. Children of the night. But it's the only way alive. Black holes full of me inside. Of this black heart, black soul, underneath this black, black sky. Underneath black moon, black soul, black, black sky. What the fuck? That's gotta be frame perfect if that's the case. If it does that kind of a jump without me having to smash the spacebar a whole bunch, with it being inconsistent even when I'm spamming the spacebar, then that's gotta be a, like, near frame perfect move, if not a frame perfect move. Don't know what happened there, but okay. My butterfly light collection will take longer than others, but I am okay with that because I am a silly dork who plays this daily and will probably get enough over time. I'll be 80 by the time I do it, but hey, I'm still gonna do it. After all, I'm pretty sure someone could go butterfly farming day in, day out, consistently, and get to it faster than I do because they do it day in and day out. Meanwhile, I'm just doing this for a short time every day. So I'll get to the same result, but it'll take longer than someone who does this more frequently and with the sole focus of it. That's how life works, really. If you don't improve the baseline of any system or structure you exist in, then ultimately the ceiling can't pull very far beyond it. The ceiling is dependent on the floor, and the floor is dependent on the ceiling. When it comes to resources or skills, that much is true. For any challenge, the floor and the ceiling are relative to one another by a certain distance. You raise the floor, then there's a higher chance for the ceiling to be raised. But if you try to just raise the ceiling endlessly, it'll get more and more inefficient until eventually you get results only once a millennia. Hence why giving even stupid people chances is worth it. High risk, high reward. If you can't manage the stupid people, then I guess you haven't managed your own emotional maturity. Let's be real though, I don't have the lifetime to learn how to manage and handle the stupid people. I just want to have a decent enough life and for what time I do have, thank you very much. The one resource you are insured and guaranteed is time. However, it's exactly because of that that it always gets used no matter what you do. You manage your other resources around it because it is the foundation. At least for this reality. Who knows what it's like in other realities? Imagine if space was a resource. Or if that was the foundation of reality. That would be fucking terrifying. You live forever, but you only have so much space. You can never get any more or less space than you have. Oh, yeah. That would be an interesting challenge. And no, you wouldn't be able to subvert it with pocket dimensions. Come on. That's too easy. Not unless the tech tree to get those pocket dimensions was like the highest difficulty in one of the final levels of tech for that thing. Because I know there are Minecraft mod packs that do that, but Aw, that's so sweet. Aww. Here's hoping they don't have an unhealthy attachment towards someone. Oh, okay. I was about to either move on or try to do it myself. Oh, there's a person here. Hello. And da-ba-da-dum. If you're looking to go fast, you would have been better off not igniting that candle of yours. Yep, I hit the door. That was badly timed fall. Nope. Do keep in mind, a lot of the time I have these comments running in my head, I just don't have the mental... I'm just not in the right mental state to run the energy necessary to actually speak all of them. Little crap, how did you get stuck in the tree? Are you becoming one with nature again? Oh, that would actually be interesting. Crabs, but they carry like a little tree on their back. Oh, or what about crabs that carry like a single darkness flower of a specific color on their back? That would be dynamic. Mm. wrong key, by the way. Honestly, that would make for an interesting way to practice. I have music only on my streams, so that way in my daily recordings I'm forced to either be silent or think up something to say. Have auto-talking running in the background. That would be a good way to ease into it and practice. Okay, so just make sure you hold the button the whole duration then. That doesn't always work if it's mistimed. You know what? Fair counterpoint. Imagine if you were able to internalize... Imagine if you were able to internalize the workings of an entire world or planet. That would be fucking neat. Our brains have the ability to memorize key information very well, but if we just focus on pure memorization, then unfortunately that key memorization doesn't get used to its fullest. Hence why you would have mind palaces for remembering certain subjects or categories in order to create a comprehensive network of information that you can call upon reliably. You want to create a dynamic system that can hold on to the most recent reference point dealt with, while also able to make calls to other reference points as well. Might as well. Ooh, nice lot of red. Not gonna take it. The only exception for not collecting white or bright butterflies is going to be in areas like this and the Sky Highway. Oh, nice, friend is online. Unfortunately, I just finished up. Hope you have a good time, friend. Let's find our brick and end this recording. If we can even find the brick. You know what? Fair counterpoint. You're welcome. I swear, if I didn't live in such a twisted fucking world, I would be able to, you know, just be kind all the time. But no, if you do that too much, this world fucking kills you. If you don't have some amount of bad deeds. At least that's the conclusion I've come to. If you have too many, then yeah, you're going to have your comeuppance, because for every bad deed, there's a consequence. That's just the law of the world. And unless you can handle your consequence, or as some fuckers and overgrown children have discovered, manage it well enough instead of resolving it, then technically you can fucking just keep going for a while. Of course, that isn't going to stop outside influences from striking you down because it doesn't suit their plans. Be it from within this world or outside it, really. But for now, I'm not going to worry about outside influences. Because the rule set they have to play by is not the same rule set as internal influences have to play by. You respect the game and the system around you. You respect the structure of your reality. You don't respect it, and by damn, you're gonna start missing out on shit. I kinda want that staff at some point, but at the same time, I'm not gonna spend money on it, so it's not gonna happen. course, I wouldn't be surprised if in such a reality structure you get penalized for talking about the system structure. So, yeah. Although if someone were clever enough, they could use that to their advantage, but only if they were clever enough, and I am not clever enough, so fuck off. If it works out for me, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So, to those of you who snuck by and watched a fragment of this recording, if not a small part, thank you. To those of you who stuck around and watched a good chunk through, if not the entire thing, I deeply appreciate it. I hope you all have a good day, good night, whatever time or non-time it is. And if it isn't good, or you're kind of stuck in your own struggle, I hope things either improve or at least stay manageable for you. My name is Flicker, I've got my dailies done, so I'll see you all later. Bye!